begin the session now. Let's begin the session now. So I'm just sharing you the screen once. 1 minute. Okay, guys. Okay. So yesterday we have seen the basic introduction about the Azure data engineering. So guys, today now we'll move further with the process further, how to go ahead with this. Okay, guys. So before we move today, guys, I would like to everyone, let's just wait here and start up for this. Let's go ahead with the basics again. Just I'm brushing up, not repeating the same process, but just let me brush it up once, okay? So that we'll have an overview idea. So guys, what is Azure data engineering? So I think you know what is Azure data engineering, guys. So what is Azure data engineering? Everyone, what is Azure data engineering? Azure is the name used by the Microsoft, everyone. Azure is nothing but it is a name used by the Microsoft, guys. Azure is the name used by the Microsoft to market the cloud services. Where in data is nothing but what, guys? Information is called as the data. Information is called as what? Data. Whereas engineering is nothing but application of techniques, guys. Application of techniques on the data by using the Microsoft Azure. Application of techniques on the data by using the Microsoft Azure is called as what? Azure data engineering. So to apply this technique on the data by using the Microsoft Azure, we have the various services provided. What is that? ADF is there, guys. And then we have the ADB is there, guys. Azure Databricks is there. Okay, so Azure Databricks, we are going to use it with what? PySpark, guys. We are going to use with the PySpark. And then we have what's it, guys? Everyone, Synapse is there. And then apart from the Synapse, we also have the, guys, AI, that is called as what? Azure AI, guys. This AI stands for what? Artificial intelligence. Azure AI. That is called as what? Azure Artificial Intelligence. And then apart from this, guys, what are the next thing we have it? We can also have the machine learning, guys, ML. And then we also have what's it, guys? Fabric is another application. And then we have what's it, guys? The next one, we can say it as a OpenAI, guys. OpenAI is nothing but it's a part of ChatGPT. The same can be used here in the even Azure. So these are all the various services. So overall, we can say, guys, the Azure data engineering is a bunch of what is it, guys? Cloud services. Cloud services. It's a bunch of what? Cloud services. It is the bunch of cloud services. That means various cloud services are intact here as a one service. So using this, what is the task we can perform? Already we have discussed it yesterday, guys. I'm not again discussing it. I'm just giving you an overview. So guys, data migration. Data migration. The first one is what? Data migration. And the second one, we have it as what? Data integration. We have what's it? Data integration. And then we have what's it, guys? Data summarization. Data integration, data summarization. Then we have what's that? Data visualization. Data visualization. So these are all the, guys, these are all the, yes, these are all the, jobs you can do it by using the Azure data engineering. Okay, guys. So this part we have already discussed it yesterday, guys. This part already we have discussed it yesterday. Okay. So what is data migration? Okay. We are moving the data from one place to the another place, and data integration is another one where we have what's it? We get the data from various sources under one head, and data summarization is nothing but as per the requirement. What we do, guys, as per the requirement, we make the changes on the data, and data visualization is the another process where we perform the analysis on the data. This is the one we have discussed it. But now, guys, today we'll start with the main subject. What is data, first of all? What is a data? That means from which part you will get the data, guys. From where you will get the data. Data means everyone knows now, guys. Data means everyone knows it. What is data? Data is nothing but what, guys? Information. So now tell me, from where do we get this information, everyone? Data is nothing but what? Information. So from where do we get the information? Data or the information. Guys, data or the information, we always get it from the source of data. Am I right? From the source of data. Data or the information, we always get it from the source of information. That means information, we get it from the source. What is that source, guys? Everyone? Any idea? So guys, we can say we get the data from the Facebook. Am I right? FB is one of the Facebook. Then we have what's that, guys? Facebook, Insta is there. From the Instagram also we get the data. And then we have what's it? Twitter is there. Twitter, right now we call it as a X. Okay. Then apart from the Insta, Twitter, and then we also have the next one that is called as what, guys? Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and then we have what is it, guys? Everyone, WhatsApp, WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp to WhatsApp, and then we have the Snapchat, WhatsApp, Snapchat. All these are what? These are the sources of getting the data, where these sources generates the massive amount of data. Am I right? Massive amount of data. What do you mean massive amount of data, guys? The huge volume of the data. The huge volume of the data is called as what? Massive amount of data. The huge volume of the data is called as what? Massive amount of data is called as what? Massive amount of data. Wherein, everyone, apart from this is the very basic one, what I told you. Am I right? This is the very basic one, guys. This is a very basic one. So what are the other source from where we get the data? So we can say data or the information, everyone, data or the information, we get it from the source. And this source can be what, guys? Everyone, you can say you get the data from the, yes, guys, you get the data from what's it, guys? Banking applications. Banking applications means what, guys? Banking applications, that means the applications. Okay, we use it from the applications which are used at the bank level, or the applications which are used at the banking level is called as what? Banking applications is called as what, guys? Banking applications. These are called as what? Banking applications. So these banking applications are used at the banking sector level. Banking sector. These are used at the banking sector. Now, even this, you get the huge volume of the data. What is it, guys? Huge volume. So, guys, whether we use the huge volume, okay, guys, whether we use the huge volume or the massive amount, there is nothing but one or the same, guys. Okay, one or the same. So, we can say huge volume of data. Okay, huge volume of the data. We can say what's it, guys? Huge volume of the data. So, whether we say the huge volume of the data or we say the massive amount of data is one or the same. Then apart from this, guys, the most important one, which is trending right now, what is that? We get the data or the information. We get the data or the information from the source. And what is that source, guys? That source, we can say it here as what, guys? Live streaming process. We can say it as what? Live streaming process. Live streaming process. So what do you mean live streaming process, guys? Live streaming process is nothing but a process where you have the continuous data. Okay, live streaming process is nothing but a process where you have what's it? Continuous data. We receive the data on the continuous basis. There will be no, there will be no, that is nothing but stop on the data. That means there will be no breakage in the data. You will get the data on a continuous basis. Live streaming process. That means what? Live streaming process is nothing but, let us say, for example, stock market is there, share market, where you get the data on the continuous basis, and the data keeps on changing every minute. Am I right? The data keeps on changing. What's that, guys? Every minute. The data keeps on changing every minute. Okay. The values keeps on changing every minute. So now, guys, even they generate, what's it, guys? The massive amount of data. This data, we call it as what? Big data. We call it as what? Big data. Now, guys, overall, whether you say massive amount of data or the big volume of the data, huge volume of the data, or the big data, all are one or the same, guys. All are one or the same. That means big data only. Now, apart from this, what are the other sources we can have, guys? We can also get the data or the information. Yes, guys, we can also get the data or the information from the source, where the source can be, what is it, guys? The source can be what? We can say human generated or machine generated. Human generated or machine generated. Machine generated data. So this is also the part of big data only, guys. This is also the part of what? Big data. So we can say this is also the big data. You can see it as what? Big data. Okay. Then apart from this, what is the next one, guys? We can also get the data or the information. I'm giving you some more sources rather than this standard 2, 3. Okay, guys. We can say we get the data from the source, and then we can also have what's it, guys? The source is nothing but, guys, source is nothing but what is it? Data or the source is nothing but what? We can get the data or the source. We can get it from where? Yes, guys. We can the say data or the source. We can get it from where? From the IoT sensors. You can get it from the IoT sensors. IoT sensors. That means IoT sensors. So even the sensors data is also called as what, guys? Big data. We can also call it as what? Big data. So all are one or the same, guys. Big data. Now, when we talk about the big data, guys, when we talk about the big data, everyone, when we talk about the big data is nothing but, guys, huge volume of the data, wherein we have three categories of big data, everyone. The big data is classified or divided into three categories. What is that, guys? The first one we can call it as what? Structured data. And the second one we call it as what, guys? Semi-structured data. And the third one we can call what, guys? Unstructured data. So these are the three different categories of data, guys. What is that? Structured data, semi-structured data, and the unstructured data. So as a data engineer, what is it, guys? As a data engineer, everyone, as a data engineer, we are going to deal with all. What is it, guys? We are going to deal with all structured data, semi-structured data, and as well as the unstructured data. Now, let us try to understand, everyone, what is a structured data, what is a semi-structured data, and what is a unstructured data. Structured data. So what is my structured data, guys? Everyone, what is my structured data? The structured data is nothing but, guys, the data which is recorded in the form of a table. What is my table, guys? A table is the collection of what, guys, everyone? Rows and columns. Am I right? A table is a collection of what? Rows and columns, where we can say the structured data is in the form of what, guys? Rows and columns. So here I can say, guys, the table name. I'm giving the table name as the employees. Everyone just have a look on this. And now I'm defining the structure for this table. So let's use it here. Name, ID, salary, and job. These are the columns we have it, guys. What is that? What are the columns? So how many columns we have it, guys, here? Tell me now. Name, ID, salary, and job. 4 columns you have it. Now let's try to give the data here. So I'm using the alien as the name. ID is something like this. Okay. And the salary, let us say 50,000. And the job, let us say software engineer. And then I'm using the another one. What is it you have, can say, guys? Bobby, something like this. 60,000. SSC. Can you see? Senior software engineer. So now, guys, tell me now, how many rows and how many columns are there, guys? Everyone, please tell me. How many rows and how many columns are there?
4 columns, 2 rows.
Exactly, 4 columns and 2 rows. So why, if you use this data, you can understand it very easily, guys. This data is related to the employees and some employees information is there. Am I right? So whereas this kind of a data is called as what? Structured data. A complete structured data. It is called as what? A complete structured data. It is called as what? A complete structured data. It is called as a complete structured data, guys. It is called as a complete structured data. Okay. It is called as a complete structured data where you have what's it, guys? The rows and columns is available here. Okay. That's it. Now, guys, what is my semi-structured data, guys? What is the semi-structured data? Semi-structured data is nothing but the data which is not actually in the fully structured format, but still it has some structure. The semi-structured data is nothing but it is in the, basically the semi-structured data is nothing but, guys, the semi-structured data is nothing but it is in the, yes, guys, what is it? Semi-structured data is nothing but the data which is, guys, the data, semi-structured data is nothing but the data which is actually, can you see here? Not in the fully structured format, but still the user can understand this data. So means what? What are the formats comes into this semi-structured? All the JSON formats, all the HTML formats, all the XML formats, and many more are there. All comes under what's it, guys? All comes under the semi-structured data only. Okay. Okay, what's that? JSON, HTML. Okay, guys. And the next one, what is it? You have it? XML, etc. So, guys, everyone is, aware of the JSON, guys. Please tell me. Do you know what is the JSON file? How does it looks like? Do you have any idea, guys? Yeah. Please, everyone, respond.
Yes,
No,
sir.
no, no.
Okay, I will show you what is JSON. Okay, how does it looks like? Now, guys, when you talk about the JSON, first of all, let me give you the abbreviation of this. JSON stands for Java Script Object Notation File. What's it? JavaScript Object Notation File. JavaScript Object Notation File. Okay. JSON stands for what? JavaScript Object Notation File, guys. Now, the data in the JavaScript Object Notation file is recorded in the form of a key value pair. Key value pair. The data is recorded in the form of what? Key value pair. And here, the data is recorded in the curly braces. These are the curly braces, guys. Okay. So now, let us try to see what is the JSON. How does it actually looks like? As you know, the JSON is nothing but the data in the JSON is recorded in the form of what? Key value pair. Key value pair. Key value pair. What is it, guys? Key value pair. The data in the JSON is recorded in the form of what is it, guys? Key value pair. In the form of what? Key value pair. So what is this key? What is the value? And what's the pair? Let's try to understand this. Now I'll take the same data, guys. Same data. Now tell me, out of this, key means what? First of all, column names are called as keys, guys. Column names are called as keys. Now tell me in this, what are the column names you have it? Name, ID, salary, and job are the column names. Am I right? These are called as what? Keys here, guys. So now the data is recorded in the form of a key value pair. Key value pair means what, guys? Curly braces. First of all, the opening curly brace and this is the closing curly brace. And here, all the keys are mentioned in the double quotation marks. Everyone. I can say name, colon. Okay, guys, colon. What is the value? Tell me now. Alana. So I'm using the ALN. So this is the value. That means, can you see here, guys? Key value pair means what? Key, this is the key, and this is called as value. Pair means what, guys? The both of them put together is called as a pair here. So hence we can say key value pair. It is called as what? Key value pair. That's it. So this is the first column and first row is given here. Now you have to give the second column first row now. So column name means what, guys? Always kept in the keys here. That is quotes. So I can say ID. Then next one is ID. Then we have what's it, guys? 331. That's it. Comma. Guys, no quotes. Why no quotes? Because it's a numeric data. The data is not given in the quotes here because of the numeric. And the next one, what's that, guys? You have it. I'm using the ID, and then I have the salary here, guys. Salary is also the column, so hence it is given in the quotes. And what's the salary you have? It is a numeric salary. So I can say 50,000, comma. Then the next one, what is it? You have it, guys. What's the next one you have it? So I can say job. Job is also the key, so hence it's given in the quotes. And what's the job you have it, guys? Job is a software engineer. It's a character value, na? Software engineer. So this is nothing but called as what, guys? This is called as a one row of a JSON. But you have second row is also there, na, guys? Once you have second row, comma will be placed here. Outside the bracket, comma will be placed. And now the same values repeated here. The same values repeated here. Now, name is there. Name. I'll change the name now. Now the second row, I'm giving the name as what, guys? I should give the name as what? Bobby. In the same way, I should give the name as what? 431. Guys, these are all the data we are going to deal it. That's the reason of mine to discuss all this. Can you see here? Job is SSC. So now can you see here, guys? This is called as a JSON document. This is called as a one document. This is called as a second document. Two documents. How many, guys? Two documents. So now this is called as a JSON document. So now tell me, everyone, is it clear how does the JSON file looks like and what are the things you have in JSON file, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. See, for everything, you should understand, first of all, the data, guys. If you understand the data first, how the data is given, then you can, put the logic. If you don't know what is the data, how does it looks like, then we can't do anything. So first of all, understand what is the data. So this is the data you have it, guys. Everyone, okay? JSON formatted data. Now, the next one is what, guys? I will show you what is XML. What is an XML data? How does XML now? There is no comma. XML data. So XML stands for what, guys? Extendable markup language, or we can also say it exponential markup language. Okay. Exponential markup language. Markup language. Exponential markup language. Or, okay, guys, extendable markup language. We can say exponential markup language. This is the one. And here, the data is recorded in the form of what, guys? Tags here. Tags. Same data in the recorded tags. This is called as the root tag. And these are called as what, guys? Row tags. Row tags. So can you see here, guys? Row tag, root tag, and row tags. So what is root tag? What is the name of the table, guys? Here you have it. Employees now. The employee will become the root tag, and this is called the opening root tag. It is called as what? Opening root tag. And now, guys, what is the first row you have it? First column is name. So I can say, guys, this is the first column called name. And now this is the opening row tag where you have the name. And this is called the closing row tag. So how to differentiate the opening and closing, guys? Opening will remain as it is. Closing will be used with the slash. Slash means closing. Whatever the value, where does the value goes? Between this, you will have the value, guys. This is called as a row tag. There will be no commas here, everyone. And the next one, what is the thing you have it? Again, guys, you have what's it, everyone? I can say ID, opening row tag, and closing row tag. It's highly case sensitive. You have to use the case as it is. And the value is 331. Then next one, again, the next tag. What's the tag here? Can you see here? I can say salary, opening salary, closing salary. Between these two, you have the value. What's the value? 50,000. So you have what's it, guys? Sorry, we have what's it, guys? Job, opening job, and closing job. You can say SC, software engineer. That's it, guys. So here, the first row is completed. The first row is completed. Now the second row comes into the picture. So I'm taking the first, second row. Same thing, guys. Same way. But instead of this one, I can say Bobby. And instead of 331, I can say, guys, 431. Instead of 50,000, I can say 60,000. Instead of SC, I can say SSC. That's it. Finally, this is done, guys. And now finally, the root tag should be closed because the writing of the data is completed now here. Root tag should be closed here. So how to close the root tag? Same slash has to be used here. This is called as a XML format data, guys. Everyone is clear now? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
So this is called as what? XML language data. And this is called as what, guys? JSON the file data and XML file data. This is how. So all this is called as comes under what? Semi-structured data, guys. It comes under what? Semi-structured data. The next one after this, guys. Okay. Then you have the final data. What is that? Unstructured data. Unstructured data means nothing, guys. Okay. Unstructured data is nothing but you will not have anything. What is it? Unstructured data, very simple. The photos you have it in your mobile phone. Then you have the videos, chat history, photos, videos, chat history, voice notes. All this comes under what's it, guys? Unstructured only. This is all as unstructured. So whereas, guys, in the real time, when you work, guys, you will get what? Everyone, you will get what? This structured data, you will get it 20% only. And then you get what's it, guys? 30% of the data you will get this format. So almost all 15. Huh? So finally we have what's it, guys? Unstructured data. So guys, you have what's it? Unstructured data. Just a minute, guys. Just give me a second. Okay, guys, then you have what's it, guys? Unstructured data. So guys, what's it? You have it? Unstructured data is nothing but you will get what's it? 50% of the data you will get it in this format. 50% of the data you will get in this format. So now, guys, I can say everyone, can you see it? 50% of the data engineer is dealing with the unstructured data. And now 30% and 20% you will have structured and semi-structured. So there is a more importance of what? Unstructured data, guys. Where you convert this unstructured data, guys, where you convert as a data engineer, you convert with the unstructured data towards it, guys. Unstructured data to what? Semi-structured. Then the semi-structured towards it, guys. Structured. So this is the process. We have it here. Okay. Unstructured to semi-structured, semi-structured to structure. So this structured data, what we do, we use in the process. And then on the process, we apply what is it, guys? Data summarization. And on the data summarization, what we do, guys? We use the data visualization. And on the data visualization, we use what, guys? Decision making. Decision making. Okay, guys. So this is the process you have it, guys. Yeah. So, okay. So these are the things we have it, guys. So these are the data we have it. These are all called as what? The data we have it, guys. Okay. That is called as what? Structured, semi-structured, and as well as the unstructured data we deal it. Now, the next one is after this. The next one we can say, guys, where do we store this data? Where do we store the structured, semi-structured, and the unstructured data into the Azure? Where do we store the structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data into the Azure? That we can say, guys, Azure storages. Azure storages, guys. So we have what's it, guys? Azure storages. Guys, everyone, we use what's it? Azure storages. So we use what's it? Azure storages to store the data. Almost all 90 plus storages we have it in the Azure. How many, guys? 90 plus storages are there in the Azure, guys. 90 plus storages are there in the Azure. 90 plus storages are there in the Azure, guys. How many? 90 plus storages are there in the Azure, guys. Okay. 90 plus storages are there in the Azure, where it is used to store the data, such as we can say, guys, Azure Blob Storage. And then I can say, guys, Azure Data Lake. Gen 2. Then you have, guys, Azure SQL Database. Okay. Azure SQL Database. Everyone, Azure SQL Database. Then we have also, guys, Azure Cosmos DB. And then we have also, guys, Azure okay, Cosmos DB. Then you have the Azure that is called as what? Synapse Analytics. Azure Synapse Analytics. And then we can say, guys, Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Virtual Machine. Azure Virtual Machine. Okay, guys. Azure Virtual Machine. Okay. So these are all the, guys, these are all the storages we have. We have many more storages are there. These are all the storages we have it in the Azure, guys. These are all the storages we have in the Azure, where we can store this data. What is that? Structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. But in which storage, what type of data is stored? Let's see now. In the Azure, guys, in the Azure blob storage, which is very basic storage in Azure, can store any kind of data. Can store, what is it, guys? Any kind of data, whether it is a structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. Any kind of data is stored here, guys. Okay. Any kind of data is stored here, structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. And even the Azure Data Lake Gen 2 also can store any kind of data, structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. But it is a limited storage, where this limited storage means what, guys? This limited storage, okay, guys, this limited storage, where the limited storage is what? You can say 500 TB, not beyond this. It can store not beyond 500 TB. But this is unlimited storage, guys. No limit for storing the data. And then Azure SQL database means what, guys? You know SQL database now. So SQL database can store only structure, and Azure SQL can also store the structure. No other data is allowed here because of the RDBMS rules and all. And then you have the Cosmos DB, guys. Cosmos DB means what? The Cosmos DB is a database wherein, can you see here, guys, where you have two type of data is stored here. That is called as what? Semi-structured and the structured. Because here it is called as no SQL database. There will be no SQL, there will be no SQL rules here. That is the reason we use what's it, guys? Azure Cosmos DB. In the same way, you have one more database here that is called as what? Azure MongoDB. MongoDB is also just like the Cosmos DB only, guys. So here also it can store the semi-structured with the NoSQL. Hmm. Then you have the Azure Synapse. Synapse means what, guys? This is the data warehouse of Azure. This is the data warehouse of Azure. As this is the data warehouse of Azure, guys, only structured data is supported. No other data, guys, except the structured data. No other data is supported except the structured data. Only structured data is stored in the Azure Synapse Analytics. And then you have what's guys, virtual machine. Virtual machine means what? You can store any kind. That means you can use it for the file system. That is various files you can store it. You can use it for the SQL server. So we can say structure or semi-structure. You can store it even in the Azure virtual machine base. Here, why Azure Synapse Analytics structured data? Because this is called the data warehouse of Azure. It is called as what? Data warehouse of Azure. It's a data warehouse of Azure. That's it, guys. Okay. Data warehouse of Azure. That's it, guys. Okay. Data warehouse of Azure. It is called as what? Data warehouse of Azure. So these are some of the storages in Azure, guys. And apart from this, we have many more storages. So these are some of the storages we can say, guys. Okay. The in detail, all the storages, we will discuss it in the next session, guys. And with the next session, we'll start with the practicals as well. Okay. So in the next session, as we'll start the practicals as well. That is tomorrow, the same time, guys. So now if you have any doubt, please ask me now, guys. Yeah. Any doubt, guys?
Yeah, what is the daily session duration, Samir?
Uh, Duration will be 1 hour to 15 minutes.
Okay.
1 hour, 15 minutes. Once we get into the subject, we'll increase the time span.
Okay, and yeah, and actually yesterday I didn't find exact details like getting the details, right? The course curriculum.
Uh,
So, but I didn't find whatever you mentioned that. Okay.
what rather?
Your YouTube, right? Your YouTube details, right?
That is only videos. You want course curriculum? I told you the website to go, no? This is the website. No space, doubt, innovatives.com. You can use this directly to see the course contents.
Okay.
That YouTube is my channel basically where where I'm using the all videos and all for your more understanding for the sample videos you can see. This is the YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel. Okay, guys. So
So
these are the
the syllabus we can follow as it is like a version IT gave, right? The
yeah,
same
yeah,
same
yeah.
pattern.
You can. Okay, so that's it, guys. Everyone, thank you. And tomorrow we'll continue. Okay, bye-bye. If you have any doubt, you can also, I'm also reachable, guys. You can also call me directly. My number I'll give you. This is my number. You can call me directly. Okay, if you have any doubt to ask, you can just directly call me. For any suggestions, anything, you can call me. Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone, for the session, and we'll continue tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.